Prepare for Nerdgasm. Hey, what's up, guys? I got a new video for you. We're going to go ahead and do an unboxing right now of a MixAMP by Astro. Kind of give you a little background on why I picked this up. One of my subscribers who also plays with me on Xbox Live was telling me about how good the audio quality is if you have a really good headset and mixed with a good MixAMP. It can make Xbox Live like a whole lot more enjoyable for communication and the gameplay. And currently I'm using a Triton setup. It's the Triton 7.1 headphones. And I like them, but they don't sound that great. So I picked up a new pair of headphones. Hopefully they're in frame and you can see them here. I got another video posted on them, but they're the Beyerdynamic MMX 300s. They're about $300. You can find them cheaper than that if you look around. And they come with a USB amplifier, but it's just, as I understand it, not a very good one. And in the review, I even tried it, and I kind of confirmed that it didn't really live up to my expectations. But back to the subscriber in question, he was telling me that this is like the creme de la creme of MixAMPs right here, the Astro. So we're going to go ahead and unbox it right now, take a look at the insides, and then later on we'll go ahead and give it a try. Well, first I can tell you, just looking at the box, this is actually a really cool box. This is definitely high-end, designed to be displayed. And I picked it up from Amazon.com. So let me go ahead and open it up. It's got a seal on one side here. And just in case you guys are wondering, I probably sound a little bit different than I do in my other videos. It's because I'm actually using the microphone on these Beyerdynamic headphones. Hopefully the audio comes out all right. I've got it plugged directly into the camera, so, and automatic gain control is enabled, and I tried to get the sound levels good, but I won't really know until I review this video later. If the audio doesn't turn out, I guess I'll be doing a voiceover. Let's see here. Come on. All right, one sticker down. Get the other one. Okay. There we go. They're broke free. Let's go ahead and open it up. It's orange inside. It's got a little piece of foam. This is cool. Never really did understand why people like unboxing videos, but they seem really popular. And that's why I'm doing it. So if you look, you opened up, that's pretty cool. It's got the contents listed right here. It's got the MixAMP recessed in. It almost looks like they took some cues from Apple on how to package their stuff. It says in here it has a Y adapter. It has a controller cable. It has a 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter male, USB to mini USB, and a Toslink optical cable. So that's pretty cool. It looks like it comes with all the cables it needs to connect to just about anything. So let me go ahead and pull the MixAMP out of here. All right. Well, first impressions, without batteries, it's very, very lightweight. Let's go ahead and pull the plastic off of it. Well, I'd have to say that that's one sexy piece of hardware right there. Very, very nice finish on the top. The knobs actually feel really professional. I was actually surprised because, it kind of felt a little plasticky, but it's got a very, very grippy case that's rubberized. It looks like it's got a volume control right here, the big knob. It's got a mixer on the bottom to mix between voice and game audio. Looks like it has a power button, and it has a headphone Dolby button, probably for doing the simulated Dolby surround sound. Looking on the back here, you have an optical in. That's cool. Looks like it's got an MP3 and PC mic jack on there, so you can plug in your headphone microphone. And then it's got the coax, so you can do Toslink or the coax for the digital. And then discrete right and left channel. So if you wanted to do headphones, I'm guessing you probably need one of their converter cables that's in the box. And USB, so that if you plug it into a PC or Mac, it will actually be a completely standalone sound card. Now, looking at the backside here, oh, well, I stand corrected. On the backside, there's a headset plug-in right there and a controller plug-in right there. So that must be for when you're using it with Xbox so that you can plug your controller in. Hopefully it came with that cable. Down on the bottom here, it looks like there's, some kind of an odd plug here. I think this is so you can connect the units together. I think he was telling me that you can connect these units together to get lag-free voice communication without having it go through the game. So far, that's actually, this is pretty cool. The battery compartment looks like it's closed with a screw. So I'll go ahead and set that right now. Let's go through the rest of the box here. So if we pull this guy out, There are a lot of wires and doohickeys in here. Okay. So the first wire that we have is the USB cable. And I must say it's a very high-end USB cable. It's very, very thick and very rubbery. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It's probably the best USB cable I have. And it looks to be approximately 6 or 8 feet long. It's a pretty long cable. So let's go ahead and set that aside. Our next cable that we have in here looks like it's the standard headphone jack, male to male. Right here, this cable is about 6 feet long. I'm just going to pile them up over here. This appears to be the Xbox 360 controller mic, if I am not mistaken. I am not. That cable is about 6 feet long, 5 or 6 feet long, so that's cool. That'll get your Xbox controller. Again, very high-end rubberized cables. I like the way they feel. This looks like it breaks out the microphone and headphone from the headset jack right there, so that you can plug everything in for your gaming experience. That's pretty cool. I also like how when you set it down, it doesn't slide very easy. You could set this on your desk and use the volume controls and not have to worry about it like sliding around really easy. The rubber grabs the desk pretty good. All right, and let's see, our last and final cable here that it comes with is the Toslink cable, the optical guy. And again, seems like it's the exact same quality of the other cables, highly rubberized. Let's see here, very flexible. Some of these cables aren't flexible at all. And this one seems like it's probably about 9 or 10 feet long. It's pretty long cable. All right, so that's all the cables that came with it. And then we have an insert right here that's the quick start guide. Hopefully you guys can see that. And it looks like right here it says how to set it up for USB, how to set it up for 3.5 millimeter headphone output and optical output. Talks about how to set up the Xbox Live chat. On the back side here, it shows how to set it up for PlayStation 3. Apparently you can plug it in via USB to the PlayStation 3 and it'll function as everything. And even shows you how to set it up for the PC and to do RCA. So if you want to hook it up to an RCA source, like a television or something to that effect. So let's go ahead and see if we can open up this battery compartment here, because I do not have a screwdriver handy. I am going to use these handy dandy scissors. All right, let's open this up. Come on. So I apologize if I'm a little less upbeat than I usually am right now. I'm pretty exhausted. I didn't sleep very much last night. My 2-year-old son fractured something in his elbow, and we're waiting to find out if he needs surgery. And if you're a parent, you know exactly why I didn't get any sleep. And if you're not a parent, go become a parent so you can sympathize with me. All right, so looking at this guy, open up the back. It looks like it takes 4 AA batteries. And one thing I noticed is it has some metal prongs here in the back. I'm wondering if there's a proprietary battery pack that you can buy for this. I didn't see it as an option when I bought it online, but it looks like it definitely has some kind of contacts in here for another battery source. But or perhaps there's a way that you can power it off of the wall if you have a different base. But don't quote me on that. I'll go and look into it. So I'll find some batteries and put them in here. And next time you see me, we'll be trying this thing out. It'll probably be a different day, but for you guys, it'll be a fade out and a fade in. All right, guys, I'm back. Here I've spent about 24 hours or a day farting around with this little Astro MixAMP, and I'd have to say it's pretty badass. So let me run you through what I did with it. So I left the cable plugged in here. It's little cable, splits it out for the headphones for mic and audio. So What I did with this guy right here is the first thing I did was plug it into my Xbox last night before I went to bed, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna play some games and see if this thing works worth a damn. And so I fired up Forza. One of my subscribers jumped on with me and did a couple laps in the Burmese Alps. Love that course, but sounded phenomenal. I have to say that the MixAMP coupled with the Beyerdynamic MMX 300 headset, which I'm wearing right now, is just amazing. The bass and the presence of audio in the soundstage is so much better than the Triton 5.1s, which what I normally use when I play Xbox. And I've still got those plugged in right next to my bed. I just pulled the optical out of the back of those and plugged it into this. And the sound quality was night and day. The first thing I'll note is that the audio isn't like, or the power of the audio isn't like earth-shattering. I turned the volume up to max, and it was at a fairly loud side, comfortable level, but not as loud as I like it sometimes. Like the Tritons, you can turn up pretty damn loud, like ear bleeding loud. I couldn't get the same volume with this, but the quality of the audio was just a step above. So I would probably use this over the Tritons on the Xbox when I play from now on. The one thing that I did like about the Tritons that I was using was when you plug when you have the little thing that comes out of this and plugs in the controller. It's plugged in off of the main cable that comes down, so you can move really far away from the Triton amplifier. With this, you are limited by the length of that cable. It's like 6 foot or so, so you have to make sure you're fairly close to the unit, and you're going to have two separate cables basically going, from your controller to this and from your headset to this, whereas with the Tritons, they both meet up basically just a couple feet down off of one cable. But that's just me being nitpicky. It's just something different. Anybody would get used to it. A lot of people would probably prefer it that way, actually, the way that they did it with Astro. But the audio quality was phenomenal. I had a great experience. I'm using the microphone right now that's on these headsets, and it sounded wonderful. Pushed through this into the Xbox. At least according to the other person I was talking to. Couldn't really verify it myself. But let's get going. So the unit takes 4 AA batteries. I haven't been able to gauge how long they'll last yet because I've only used the unit for like some total of 2-3 hours, but the batteries still appear to be holding out just fine. The next thing I did after the Xbox was I plugged it into my MacBook Pro, which has OS X and Windows 7 on it, and it's natively supported in both. I didn't have to do anything with drivers. I just plugged it in. It found it, loaded it, and it showed up as an audio device, and everything worked as I expected it to. So I thought that was actually really, really cool. It's rare to find anything USB that you just plug in that's truly just plug and play. Usually you got to load drivers, find stuff, it's a pain in the ass. This was not the case. So there I used the USB on both PC and Mac. I used the optical for Xbox 360, and I used the voice in-game through the controller, and that all worked as expected. The third thing I tried was plugging it into my iPad. So just the little 1/8 or the 1/8 inch mini jack that's on the iPad, I ran that into this and then out to the headset. And of course the microphone doesn't work that way. You basically have to plug this guy right into the iPad to get the microphone to work, at least with the cable that I had. But the audio is phenomenal. I listened to quite a few albums. One of them was my friend's album, and it really sounded good. The bass, the presence, it was actually pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a thumbs up. This is definitely something that I'm probably going to put in my laptop bag, and I'm going to use when I'm gaming on the Xbox. The only reason I wouldn't use it on my PC is because I already have the Asus Sonar STX sound card, which honestly is the best headphone amplifier according to a lot of people like in the world. And I'd have to say when I plug these MMX 300s directly into that, it's a whole different game. I mean, it just sounds just beyond amazing. I don't think this, the MixAMP does quite as good of a job, but it still does a phenomenal job. And I'll tell you what, it is a cut above the USB amp that comes with these headphones originally. So I think it's cool that Astro actually created a better amp than these guys, considering their headphones are like $300. So in a nutshell, definitely recommend it. It's built very well. The finish on it is rubberized. I like that. The knobs feel very, very smooth. The potentiometers are awesome. The options for connectivity are literally endless. You can even connect the units together with other units to start a voice network. So if you're a hardcore LAN gamer, or you go to PDX LAN or one of those big events, have a couple buddies bring these and daisy chain them together, and you guys can have this like covert voice network that isn't going over TeamSpeak, zero latency. That's a pretty cool feature. That alone is something that I haven't seen on anything else. So definitely, if you're looking for a good headphone amplifier, something that just toss in your laptop bag to really make your experience that much better. And just to be absolutely clear, when you plug it in via USB, it is a standalone sound card, so it doesn't use the sound card that's in your system. It basically is an all-in-one solution, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I have not tried it with the PS3 yet. I have a PS3. Unfortunately, I just ran out of time and didn't get to try it. But according to the documentation, it's just as easy as plugging it in via the USB cable into the PS3, and it just works. So again, they really made a user-friendly device here. So the Man Cave recommends this. And I'd like to thank the subscribers that told me that this is badass and also stored me towards the headphones. I couldn't be more happy. So I'll be asking you guys for a lot more input in the future because I end up coming out cut above on top. So until next time, I hope this video gave you another nerdgasm, and I will see you soon.